Hello everybody, my name is Cirque and welcome back to another episode on the Castaways server. Look at this beautiful village. We are in 1.10 pre-release 1, which is kind of crazy to think about. This just came out the other day, and we've only had a couple of 1.10 snapshots, and there's not a lot of new features, but apparently that's kind of the direction that Mojang wanted to go. Oh no, forest fire! Mojang, I guess, is going towards smaller updates. Basically, instead of having a bunch of snapshots and then major releases, they're going to have a bunch of small releases with a couple of snapshots in between. Stop it, fire. We got to stop this fire. No more spreading. Get away. Go away. Oh, it's too fast. Okay, there's still fire there. We're good. Okay, those can burn. That's fine. Get rid of all of you. Stop it. That one's gonna burn. Hopefully it doesn't burn this tree. We'll chop down this tree. Get out of here, tree. I don't want this place to burn. We found a new village. I was actually heading back to a snowy biome that Eros and I found the other day during a live stream. I haven't really played on the server too much in a while. I kind of was playing Fallout for a while and was not really playing a lot of video games, honestly, for a little while. And so it's been a few weeks since the last episode. I actually don't even know how long it's been. It's been a while, though, and I want to get back to it. I actually recorded the beginning of this episode already and then decided to scrap it all because it just wasn't too interesting. But look at this beautiful village. Finally, they're like making these things at least somewhat more interesting. This one, as you can tell, has spruce wood instead of oak wood. Another village variant, and also they've replaced all the gravel paths with this stuff, with path blocks. I think if there's like a ravine or something that the path has to go over, it will still put cobblestone, a layer of a cobblestone, and then a layer of gravel. Which is kind of cool, so it'll be like a little bridge, but otherwise it'll just have these path blocks, and of course ones in deserts will have sandstone still. I think there's also acacia villages, I'm not entirely sure, that will spawn in the savannah, which is really cool. And I think they also they made like a little tweak so that I guess before villages, if they spawn like at the edge of a biome, they'd stop at the edge of the biome instead of going into the rest of the biome and generate normally. And they kind of took that away. So you could potentially have a village kind of spreading out into a biome that you wouldn't normally get a village if the circumstances were right. Anything in here? Ooh, that is nice. Got some diamond armor. I'll leave the iron stuff, I guess. I'm not going to use it for anything. Diamond horse armor. Got a couple of diamonds. Few diamonds. Very good. All right. I think that's about it in this village. But that's interesting. I kind of want to come back here. I love just the structures in this game. I wish there was more, and I wish you could do more with... Or I wish they were more interesting. The villages are pretty nice. Like, I like modded villages a lot. I love hanging out in those. And I wish we had more things like that. But anyways, we're going to head off to the snowy biome. I think I said that we found one in a live stream with Eros. We were looking for some new features that were added in the 1.10 releases, the snapshots, and the update. I think I'm going the right way. I just need to get back to the water. There's kind of a landmass. Was sailing for a while, and then there's a bit of a landmass in the way, and I need to get to the other side of this so I can keep on sailing through. We made our way to the snow plains, and look what we found. This is the first polar bear found on the server, generated on the server. The very first one. How fancy. So this is one of the new features. This is part of the reason why we came out looking at the snowy biome. Check those things out. They're kind of interesting. I don't think you can tame them or breed them. But they are passive. They won't attack you unless there is a baby cub nearby, which we have not seen yet. And this is the new snowy biome. So we kind of came looking for those. Also, I hadn't seen the igloos yet from 1.9. I haven't been in any real snow biomes. There isn't a lot around here. It's basically this one, and then you have to go really far out to go to the ice spikes that we found, or that Ty found a while ago. So I've been over there, but yeah. So we did find an igloo somewhere over there. We found a couple of them. They're a little interesting. We found one with the secret basement, with the there's a villager down there and a zombie villager and the stuff to convert it. Maybe we'll go check that out. So we found those two things, the polar bears. Oh, there's another polar bear. Oh, and there's a cub. Well, we just found one. Are you going to be aggressive? You don't seem aggressive. Unless we're lagging. We could be lagging. Things aren't loading in. They're not moving. We could be dead right now. Oh, they moved. Okay. Yeah, they don't seem aggressive. Maybe it's only if you do something. Oh, no, yep, she's coming after us. Okay. And it's turning nighttime. Oh, I think there's an igloo. There's a couple of new mobs. In the snow biomes, there's a new skeleton that will give you, like, slowness arrows. There's another polar bear and another cub. I'm also wondering, I would assume the cubs grow up eventually, but not 100% sure. No secret basement here. I think it's usually right under that one. There's a little ladder going down. Nothing in the furnaces, just a little bed. Rook is on. Maybe we can get him to sleep. Actually, I just remembered he's in the nether hub, so we should be able to sleep. He's working on the nether hub right now. There we go. Daytime. Yay. So, yeah, there's a couple of new mobs. I guess we could have stayed out to try and see the skeletons. I don't know if the winter skeletons burn in the daylight. I know that there's a new zombie in the desert as well that will not burn in the daylight, which is kind of interesting. And they basically look like regular skeletons and zombies, but they're wearing different clothes. Like, the skeletons actually have clothes, sort of like drapes on them, and the zombies are wearing like tan shirts. Snow bunny. So another reason why I wanted to come out here, and I've wanted to come out here for a little while, but I wanted to wait until the 1.10 snapshots because I knew that they were adding like the polar bears and some new snow stuff, was I've been thinking about building out here. I don't know if we will or if it'll be anytime soon. We definitely have a lot of projects already going. We have our village. We have a bunch of farms that I want to work on. Today we might work on one of those farms. But eventually, if we ever do move off the island, I think I'd want to move to a snowy biome and make a snowy village. Part of the inspiration came from BOO, seeing him doing his snowy biome. I thought that'd be kind of interesting. And the first place I actually ever built in Minecraft was in a snowy biome. So I have some experience, although I wasn't a good builder back then. But it was kind of interesting to be in the snow and everything being covered. It was kind of a interesting way to live. Have to grow crops with the water covered, which isn't really a big deal. But back then, I didn't really know much about Minecraft, so I like had greenhouses where I built or where I grew my crops. So basically, I'm just out here sort of checking out the terrain, seeing if there's anything that catches my eye. Now, you might have noticed maybe something different. Right now, it's not working too well. Since we don't have the shaders, we had to let them go with the 1.10 snapshots. We don't have the shaders, so I'm trying to record in 60 FPS. Right now, it's not working. And in fact, to have it work at all, I have to be playing in 720, which I usually play full screen, 1080. And I usually record at that as well. But we're trying out playing and recording at 720, 60 FPS to see if we can get this to work. I know I had a lot of suggestions for that a while back. Right now we're not getting very good FPS at the moment. I think that's just mainly because we're generating chunks. Hopefully that's the only reason. This is a nice little chasm over here. But yeah, it's just kind of a test episode. I was going to do this a while ago, but I decided I'd rather have shaders, and there's definitely no way I could get 60 FPS with the shaders. That is a nice mountain. Well, here's one of the new skeletons with their slowness arrow. Get out of here, you jerk. I don't remember what they're called. I know one of them... Ooh, oh, I got one. I know one of them, like the new mobs, either the skeleton or the zombie, is called like a husk or something like that. I don't remember what the other one's called, and I don't remember which one is which. I should have probably looked that up. Whatever. Kind of interesting. Different types of mobs. Let's see. Aha, this is the one. This is the one that we were in before with Eros during the live stream. So this one has the secret basement. Secret basement. So we gotta go down here quite a ways. That zombie should be cured by now. Yes, it has been cured. This was a zombie villager over there. And there was a golden apple in here with some other stuff. And there was a brewing stand here. If you haven't seen these before. So you can, it kind of, I guess, shows you that you can cure zombies. I guess for new players, be kind of an interesting find. That's one problem with, you know, having played this game for so many years, and I follow along with the updates so much, is that I pretty much know a lot. I know a lot about Minecraft. I was gonna say everything, but I don't necessarily know everything, but I know a lot of practical information about this game. And it'd be fun to go back to, you know, when I didn't know so much and was just discovering this game and finding out. And we made it back home, and I've been doing a little bit of work around here. Not a whole lot, but some. Got some of these, the bottoms of these houses, the exterior done with the brick. Well, not done. I still got windows and doors to put in and such. But I got the brick and the stone in, so those are looking a little bit better. Looking a little bit more done. Still a lot of work to do. I think it was Sinfi, who was a fellow night owl or a former night owl. We're still kind of around, but the server's not really around. But he said to put in windows in the roofs. What are those called? Oh, I forgot what those are called. Dormers? No, dormers like stick out from the side, which actually is probably what I'll do. I think that's what I've done, like over there. It's kind of hard to see from there, but like right there, kind of like a dormer that sticks out with a window, and then the roof sort of comes up. So that'll make these buildings a little bit more interesting and sort of a little more different from each other to have these little roofs on the sides of all of these. So that's what I have been doing. I also built that house up there, I think is new. Got around to doing that one, and then there is another house over there. Pretty simple. They went up pretty quick, but we got those done. So most of the houses are built now, and I just heard a witch. Must be hiding out in there or something. But I think most of the houses are built except for this tavern. I should really get that kind of the form of that, the skeleton of that up, so we know what that's going to be like. And then the forge, which I'll probably want to get the... I want to have an auto smelter over here in the mountain or in the hill. I'll probably want to get that built first so I know what I need to accommodate inside the forge. But yeah, that is what we got going on there. What we're going to work on a little bit today, though, is down in our mine shaft. So down at the end of this tunnel is our slime farm that we dug out a while ago. I don't remember what I needed the slime for. I can't remember what I would have used slime blocks for. Any sticky pistons? I haven't done a lot of farms or anything, so I'm not sure. But we dug this out a while ago. We had to fight the wither in order to get the beacon to dig this all out. And since then it's been at a bit of a standstill because I wanted to use these prismarine blocks. I wanted it to look like well, I wanted it to tie in with the village and it to be like this sacred underground spawning, you know, cave for these slimes. It's like this magical place where these slimes grow or spawn. And I wanted to do it with the prismarine so that it kind of fits in with the story that we were doing with our village, where all the ruins are like old, ancient, kind of oceanic ruins. So we needed the prismarine, which is why we actually started working on the guardian farm. And we also needed that squid farm so I could get that dark prismarine. And now that we have both of those, we can finally work on this. This slime farm isn't even operational yet, which I've been working on, and that's what we're going to start on. because to make it operational, we need to put water channels in here, and I didn't want to, I wanted to wait until we had the prismarine, otherwise I'd just be redoing it afterwards. So, basically, we're gonna have water channels, hello, that start over in that corner, and I'll show you. I gotta figure them out. They can be a little tricky to make sure that they all work nicely, but I need to basically get these guys to get pushed all the way over to here, and then off that way, where we will have an elevator that brings them up closer to the surface. So here we go. We got the water streams laid out. They're not finished. I didn't put any of the prismarine down on the bottoms, but it starts over here, and basically in all the corners I wanted it to be like uniform and look nice. I didn't necessarily go with exactly how the water streams went and what the water streams would allow, but in the corners I had, you know, those a 3x3 in the corner, and then it goes out 2 blocks, and then the water goes down. So we got one source back here, which will push the mobs either that way or that way. We'll go this way because it has more of the water set up. And then we have to have a little chunk here. Like this isn't min-maxing it because the water can travel 7 blocks before it has to go down, whereas here we only have it traveling 5 blocks. But we have a slab here. The water pushes it, the mob up the slab, or pushes us up the slab. And then we have signs here and water pushing us, continuing us forward. I do have depth striders, so we're going really slowly. And then for in the corners, again, it's the same thing. 3x3 in the corner, and then it goes out 2 blocks. So we got the slab to bring us up 1 block. And then there's a water source in the corner, and that just makes sure that you go around. So you should be able to go around this corner no matter what. I'm pretty sure even the big ones will, because we have this source that's pushing you that way, so, and this one's pushing you into it. So no matter what, you should kind of hit this source or hit these that will kind of push you that way. You know, so that should work, I'm pretty sure. If not, I'll have to make some adjustments, but that should work. And then basically that was enough water to get us all the way over to this one, so we got the same thing in this corner. And then it's enough water to get over to this one. Same thing in this corner. And then I don't have all the water here. I need to change out the sides before I can put all the signs up to stop the water from flowing backwards. So all of these are going to have to come down anyways. And plus I need to do all the blocks on the bottom. But basically going that way, it's pretty simple. It's just that one corner that's like all the other ones, or will be like all the other ones. And then we just have it go up and down and up and down, and I try to make them spaced out nice and evenly. And then in this corner, we got both sides pushing off into this side, and this is our slime elevator. This is, I believe I saw Jenny B do this. Oh, we're missing a ladder there. That's why that's happening. But basically it's a 3x3 shaft with ladders at the end. And then you have signs on the bottom, and then water sources pushing towards the ladders, and then signs, and then water source, and then signs. So it's basically a big water elevator with ladders coming up the side, because I know these guys can walk up ladders. I think they're confused right now because I'm here. They sometimes get confused with pathing. But if I move over here, they're all gonna pour out, because they'll climb up the ladder and try and get to me. So that all works. So the baby slimes, they climb up ladders. They can't swim up through here. They can swim, or no, maybe they can't swim. I don't actually remember what the swimming... Wait, do the big ones work? I'll have to sit here and watch. I actually forgot. I think the big ones can swim. I think the small ones can't swim, but they can go through ladders. There's a 2 wide. He can swim and use a ladder. So basically the babies will climb up this ladder, and the big guys, the 2 wide and the 3 wide, will be able to float up through the water here. Alright, so we got confirmation. The big guys will float upwards. I knew that they changed something with the slime swimming, and I believe it was the babies were able to swim before, but now they can no longer swim. So if they're out in the swamp water, they will just sit at the bottom and hop around. But the big ones can still swim, which is fantastic. So they will get floated up and eventually get put into my killing chamber, which I'll have to work on once I get all this set up. Oh man, look at all these guys. Crazy. I'm getting tons of slime. It always seems like when I make these farms, I basically get all the resources I need while I make the farm. And there's no point in even using the farm afterwards. But anyways, now I need to get rid of all this water and finish up replacing all the blocks in the walls and in the floor. And then that might be all we do today. I did move my beacon over here. We got haste because I will have to take down all of these walls. And I'm even going to redo all of these platforms in the Prismarine. We're going to need a lot. I don't know how much exactly. If we have enough stuff at the farm or here. I know I brought a bunch back already. Or if I'm going to have to do a bunch of AFKing to get all the Prismarine we need. But let me get to work on this. Well, it doesn't seem like a ton of progress, but I did get pretty much this whole inside wall done. I think there's a little spot, yeah, there's a little spot that I ran out of dark prismarine for over here, this bottom line. Otherwise, it's pretty much all done down here on the inside, and then I gotta do this outside wall as well. Do that before I get the water in here, and then I can get the water in here, and then maybe I'll have to make at least a makeshift killing area for these guys, or do something so that they're not just bunching up, because once I get the water, they'll just kind of get stuck over here, which I guess isn't a big deal, as long as they're out of the way. I'm sick of fighting them. All my armor's broken. I don't have anything else besides boots now. I need to go enchanting. But yeah, we ran out of dark prismarine, and I have a bunch of ink sacs, but I don't have any more of the shards to make it. So I know we have chests and chests of it at the farm. I need to go do like a bunch of trips to bring back a lot of the shards and a lot of the blocks. Maybe I'll bring the ink sacs over there, because it'd be a lot less to transfer, since it takes 8 shards and 1 ink sac for 1 block. But yeah, that's what all we're gonna get done today. Maybe I'll do a live stream soon, work on this. Got to get this whole wall on the outside taken out, and there's a lot of stuff to do here. But I hope you have enjoyed. We've been kind of staying close to 60 FPS down here ever since we got back. It's been not too bad. I think I probably need to get... I'm probably due for a new CPU. I should probably look into that. I know this one's about 3 years old. GPU's only a year old, I think. Though I could always upgrade GPU. That'd be kind of nice. Get some new computer parts. Might be about that time. But yeah, maybe help our frame rate issues so I can actually play at 60 FPS or record at 60 FPS. But anyways, I hope you have enjoyed another episode of Castaways. I'll try and keep these up a little bit more regularly, but who knows? Definitely follow me on Twitter and follow me on Twitch. I do plan on doing more live streams, just because it's a lot easier with my new work schedule. It's a lot easier to just hop into a game and play. And also, that's right, I haven't really talked about this, but I do want to play other games, but I'm probably not going to be doing it for YouTube. Like, I've actually been getting a craving to play Creativerse. I don't know if anyone who watches these videos is a big fan of Creativerse, but I did have quite a few views on those videos when I was doing the Creativerse series. And I've been getting an itch to play it, but I don't really want to do a series. I think it'd be more fun to just stream it. I don't know, maybe I'll do some videos here and there, but yeah. So make sure to follow me on the Twitters and the Twitches so you know when I'm streaming. And that's about it. I hope you have enjoyed another episode. Look at all these slimes. I'm gonna run the other way. Hope you have enjoyed another episode on the Castaways server. We'll see you next time. Goodbye, peoples.